guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Spooky Chat.
Yay!
The
artist formerly known as
The reason why we say that is because what stage of your life did you add some L's to your name?
So officially, I'm an Alison with one L.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I changed the spelling of Allie to Allie. I thought it looked more feminine.
Yeah.
Rather than the ALI.
Makes more sense.
Reggie's off on one.
Do apologise.
And then
we'll just keep going. He's just going to do it. It's just what happens in our lives.
And it's what happens in a spooky chat, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Spooky Chat is joining in.
And then I don't know, maybe early 20s, late teens, early 20s, maybe. I changed the way that I spell Alison with two L's because I'm pretty sure like one of my Scottish family members had written my name like that, and I was like, oh, I like that.
Oh, okay.
And then so I did that, and it used to confuse people because my email address would be a different spelling to my actual name, and they were like either thought that I had spelt something wrong and then it just confused people. But I've gone back to actually how it should be spelled.
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe it was like a rebellion thing.
Maybe.
But Ali is still spelled Allie.
I'm going to rebel against the world by putting more L's in my name. I'm going to be
Fudge the patriarchy.
Damn you all. I do apologise for Reg. So, have you got any spooky happenings since I last saw you? Anything weird? Any more coconuts on the side of the road?
No more coconuts on the side of the road, but I swear someone whispered in my ear the other day.
Really? Where were you?
I was at home.
What did they say? And who do you think it was?
Well, no, that's the thing. I couldn't hear. It wasn't a specific. It was just like a fleeting thing.
Oh.
It just sounded like someone was whispering to me.
Interesting.
I was outside having a cigarette at the time. There may have been wind, not from me. Like general weather wind.
Weather wind.
Weather wind.
Environmental weather wind.
Yeah.
In your ear.
So, but it was very kind of distinct.
Yeah, I mean, normally, obviously, like when I'm walking Reg, you do get, I hate wind in my ear, so I'm always got a hat on.
Yeah, they hurt so much.
Yeah, it gets painful. But if you do get wind in your ears, it doesn't sound like someone whispering. It just sounds like wind in your ears.
Yeah.
So
it sounded like someone was
I think
talking.
It was someone trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
I'm hoping it was Rich.
Oh, it could have been.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Anything else? Anything?
I'm gonna have to say no.
Okay.
Nothing.
So I know before I say this, yes, we are going to get your car done. I was talking to Mark from Bespoke Wraps in the week.
Oh, okay.
So we need to get your car sorted.
It needs a wash first.
Yes, it does need a wash first. I also need to wash my car, but I was thinking, because I wasn't going to change the Freelander, but Freelander. But I think eventually when I can afford to, I would like to, because the navy blue,
it's not you. It's not you,
me.
Is it?
There's nothing wrong with it, and it suits that car. It just doesn't suit me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do some mock-ups and come up with some ideas. And I need to redo all the headlining because of the leak.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, because I design all over prints, I'm going to design some fabric and then do the fabric myself, because it will work out cheaper than getting a new headline. I'll just do it myself.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, now that you're in the Fens, if you start dressing Fenish, the navy blue would suit you.
Yeah, but it's, the majority of the time I am wearing Adidas, Exhibit A, and that's not going to change.
No.
So I just think the car needs to change for me rather than me changing for the car.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking black, but making it sort of a little bit more interesting than black. But I'll have a think. Doing some mock-ups. I've got a company that's going to refurb my wheels, so
nice.
I can change the colour of them if I want to go with it. And that car has got wheels from a later model in it, I believe. They're not the wheels it would have come with. They're nicer.
Okay.
So I might make a bit of a feature of those. So it's not spooky, but well, it could be, because if it's black, it'll be more spooky than navy blue's not spooky.
No, and when we do my car, that's definitely going to be a macabre car.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
we got ideas.
when I've sorted my life out, I will get designing our cars. So, I have bizarre and spooky news for you.
I'm excited.
And the listeners.
Question mark?
So, my first story is from the Mirror Online. So,
no.
and this was from January the 4th. And
Of this year?
Yeah. Oh. So it's relatively new news. I made a point of trying to find new news. And the headline for this one is Woman Sparks Outrage by Poisoning a Housemate's Food. It jumped out at me, so I thought I would tell you about it.
I mean...
It's nothing to do with cars, apart from the fact that we are Cars on Carbon. I'm telling you it.
Awesome.
But it's Speaker Chat, so you know. So,
I mean, it depends on what the housemate was like. She might have been right to do so, is what I'm saying.
A woman has been slammed after taking drastic measures to stop her flatmate from stealing her food. But she doesn't think she's done anything wrong. The homeowner got so fed up of her leftover food mysteriously going missing that she decided to teach the culprit a lesson once and for all. But many people say that she went too far as her flatmate ended up in hospital.
Yeah.
The situation came to a boiling point when she caught her friend in the act.
Oh, it's a friend as well,
apparently.
not just a housemate.
But now she's been called a psychopath for poisoning him. She's refusing to back down and stands by her actions, leaving everyone even more disturbed.
It's a bit of like Ross with the sandwich and Friends, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? That's it, exactly. The woman actually took to Reddit anonymously, so I don't know how anyone knew it was her if she was anonymous, to share how the whole ordeal unfolded, explaining that she was living alone originally, but decided to allow her friend, only known as Max, to move in to help her save money. So that's why she got a housemate. And while he was fine at first, paying his half for the rent and utilities, she said things started to go awry when she would come home after a night shift and realise her food had gone missing.
I mean, you would be peeved.
Especially after a night shift.
That's what I mean. You're knackered, you just want to have some food, go to bed.
Exactly.
I'd throw down.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't poison anyone.
I mean, look at me, I'd throw down.
No, you wouldn't.
Down out the chin. Hey, Reg.
She said, I even started to label everything that she made with her name, but her food still kept disappearing, which peed me off, she wrote.
Well done for not swearing.
I can say that. I don't know how... My next case is full of quotes, and all the quotes have swearing in them, so I'm going to have a discussion with Goobs ahead of that. I will probably change them, and then people will just have to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, that's fun, right? The woman said she'd confronted him multiple times, but he apparently denied it over and over again. I don't know what he thought.
Was it the fridge fairies?
Yeah, exactly. Did the goblins come in and take the food? And the final straw came when she had cooked some ribs before her shift, and was going to reheat them when she was home. To make sure they didn't go missing, she detailed how she'd put her name on them and had even texted Max asking him not to eat them, along with a photo of the container. Just so it was clear, Max, don't eat the ribs.
Yeah, these are mine and mine only.
Yeah, they are not for you. However...
Joey doesn't share food.
Exactly. They were nowhere to be seen by the time she got home.
Maybe the house is haunted.
Could be, but that's a very... I don't know if I've ever heard of a haunting where food goes missing.
Because I'm just thinking, he can't have ignored all of that and just thought, nah, screw it, I'm going to eat the ribs anyway. Surely.
But maybe he was that much of a poop face, that, you know? Some people are utter poop faces.
Yeah.
So she was now very frustrated. The livid woman snapped and pointed the finger. She wrote, "No one lives here other than me and him, and he doesn't have a lot of friends. I know for a fact he doesn't have anyone staying over, so it was him. Plus, I even caught him eating my food a few times, so that just shows that he's a sly pig."
It's just disrespectful, isn't it, really?
Well, the thing is, it's just...
Ask. Can I ask him
Literally,
that?
he's been caught in the act, and he's still like, "Nah, mate, wasn't me."
Gaslighting at its finest.
Yeah, it's like, no, it was someone who it was my doppelganger.
Yeah.
Haunting you and eating your food.
A twin brother.
Exactly. So, In a disturbing move, the woman says she decided to mess with him by adding some almond powder to leftover food, knowing he is severely allergic to nuts.
Oh. Well, then why didn't she just start making food with nuts in and put on the labels? I mean, she might not have wanted nuts, but they said does contain nuts.
Yeah. The troubling confession reads, I put it in my trap meal of mac and cheese. I gave this guy a chance to spare his life. I told him not to eat it.
It's your fault.
I even made sure to tell him, hey, that mac and cheese is mine, don't touch it.
So...
And sent him a photo of the container too.
So she said don't eat it, it's got nuts in it. So therefore is it not his fault?
I don't think she told him it had nuts in it.
I thought you just said that.
No, she just said, I told him not to eat it.
Oh. So, yeah, but... So therefore, is it not kind of his fault? She told him not to eat it.
Well, I mean, he's just basically being a low-down thief, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't condone poisoning anyone.
No, please don't poison anyone.
Don't come for us. But when she got home, she saw he'd eaten the food and then received a furious phone call from his mother a few hours later, telling her Max was in hospital with an allergic reaction. She was screaming at me, accusing me of being a monster and poisoning her son by feeding him nuts. I told her that it was food not meant for him and sent her proof. I told her to read the messages I sent him, which showed the container and my reminder that he shouldn't eat it. His mum started berating me for being careless, asking why I would have something that he can't eat. I got peed and screamed into the phone that if he keeps taking my food, then I don't know what else to do. So people were quick to slam her for her drastic plan, as many were left outraged that she'd purposefully put someone into anaphylactic shock. One person commented, what if that was the time his allergy responded in a bigger way, or he couldn't get to an EpiPen?
Do you know what? I completely get that. I really do.
Yeah.
And it is a bit far. Not natural selection. But yeah, like he was warned.
Yeah.
He was told not to eat it. Like, if he couldn't be sure what was in there,
if it said,
why would you risk
it?
If
it says don't eat it, then don't eat it.
Yeah.
It shouldn't explain why you shouldn't have to eat it.
Just like don't eat it.
It's, it's like...
I think I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for this.
Well, the thing is, he's decided to ignore a warning and go ahead and do something. It's like, really, it's no different from, if you're at somewhere with like, there's a possibility of getting electrocuted and it says danger of death. It doesn't say danger of death because it just says danger of death.
Yeah.
So
therefore, do not touch.
Yeah. Maybe if she'd have put danger of death on it, she wouldn't have been in trouble.
I think he would have thought, oh no, she's being over dramatic, or
and then he would have ignored it.
Maybe. I'm not well.
No, but he would have then.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the person continued to say, knowingly putting someone into anaphylaxis is pretty messed up.
But she didn't. She told him not to eat it. But then she did lace it, knowing that there was a possibility he was going to eat it. A high possibility. Another
simply said, you're the a-hole. Attempted murder is bad, even when someone steals your mac and cheese.
I do love mac and cheese.
I love mac and cheese, and I would love you to make me some vegan mac and cheese. I've asked several times now, and it hasn't happened.
I do make a really nice vegan mac and cheese.
Who knows? Because we've never had it. Do you know? Goose doesn't know.
Had it.
Prove it.
I can't prove it.
You can by making it.
Well, I have made it for him. He's had it.
Well, he can't remember it.
Is it the one with the wheat crunchies on it?
And I haven't had it. Don't make it with wheat crunchies for me, though.
No.
You can put hula hoops on mine.
No, that won't work.
Yes, I am making cottage pie today. I have all the ingredients, even though I've lied to you in the past about it. But, yeah, I want carrot cake and I want mac and cheese.
Gosh, that's been a while since I've made the carrot cake cupcakes.
Literal years.
What else did you like? Was
my birthday was the last time you made me carrot cake.
No, I swear it wasn't.
And that was when you guys were helping me when I was having
you've had more birthdays since then. I think you need to specify which birthday.
Which birthday was that?
Is that when I made like all the blue sweets
Yeah.
for you? All in Tiffany, like different shades of Tiffany blue.
That's when Dave was with you. Julia came. Yeah. And narrow it down to when I was having mentees. Who knows?
It could have been
I
any
have
time.
mentee bees all the time. That was a particularly bad mentee bee, and I was rewarded with cake, which I would like again.
Was that a bad mentee bee?
Yeah, because I had really bad social anxiety. So one of my CBT homeworks
was to
do
socialise with us. Yeah.
So you used to have to do like video calls with me and everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Literally like working with a mental patient, which I am. Yeah. So I mean,
you're fun.
That's the end of that story. And I think that what we took from it was Allie needs to make us mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
And possibly if someone has a label on their food saying don't eat it, just don't eat it. Go and get your own food.
Yeah.
You've literally been caught in the act.
You've been asked not to eat the food, so
and you're still going, gonna just ignore that.
Yeah, so. Just don't eat the food.
And also, on the other hand, please don't poison anyone.
Yeah. Most importantly, don't poison anyone.
They're both wrong.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes.
Allegedly. So next up, I've got a UFO story.
Oh, Mark will be interested in that.
Yeah. And this is from the Express Online from January 20th. Oh. So
very recent.
Yeah. And the headline is, as a former US Air Force mechanic speaks out about his alleged UAP encounters, including one incident in which he was called to recover a 20-foot egg UFO.
What's a UAP?
They're calling UFOs UAPs instead now, and it's unidentified aerial phenomena or something like that.
Oh, okay. Why? Why did it change?
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Oh, okay. So that rather than it just being something flying.
Rather than unidentified flying object. So it's a little bit more
broader.
Less scary for public because they don't understand what half those words mean. Probably.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't understand what those words will mean will be probably quite scared.
Or they'd be the ones that were saying they got probed.
Who knows?
Tinfoil hats, yeah.
So, an explosive video which appears to show the retrieval of a crashed alien spacecraft by a US Air Force helicopter surface thanks to a whistleblower. The clip described as genuine by leading UFO expert Ross Coulthard. It's either Coulthard.
Is it like Coulthard?
Yeah, but it's not spelled. It's Coulthard. Anyway, we'll go with that. It's said to have been covertly filmed by an insider on the Pentagon's top secret UAP crash recovery unit. It depicts a 20-foot egg-shaped UFO object dangling from a sling under a helicopter.
A sling?
Yeah. So you know when you see helicopters are dropping off aid or vehicles, and they have like this long hangy with a thingy on it. I'm presuming it was one of those.
Oh, okay.
This aligns with a tale recounted to Coulthard by ex-US Air Force mechanic Jacob Barber, who allegedly participated in salvaging a similar alien vehicle. So Barber...
Vehicle, there's your link.
Oh yeah, the
cars of the sky,
and they actually talk about the mechanics of it in a minute, which is quite interesting. I mean, the first story was not connected at all, other than the fact I like mac and cheese. My name is Helen. I love cars.
It's a link.
That's a link. Oh, see, I am hoping he doesn't pee on you. Sorry, that's Reg, not Goobs. So Barber departed the Air Force after September 11th, 2001, and assumed a cover role as a civilian contractor. He shared with Coulthard, a lot of the work we did was on what I call the range, not the shop, where the US government
and love the range.
Private partners used to test all kinds of things, weapon systems and resilience to weapon systems of certain craft, and you could see a lot of exciting things. Oh, that would be so fascinating to see. Just visually, looking at the objects on the ground, you could tell that it was extraordinary and anomalous. It was not human, Barber declared, reports the Mirror. Barber recalls being sent on an unusual mission to fetch the unidentified object, where he used a sling from his chopper attached to a 150-foot long line. What he recovered was something out of the ordinary and not resembling any known aircraft. I saw an egg, a white egg, he recalled. So that's either something to do with aliens or a very large chicken exists somewhere. I don't know what's scarier. Possibly the large chicken.
So these chickens have large talons.
Yes. He added, there was no engine, there was no thermal signature. I was operating at night when I finally came in to pick it up, so I'm working under night vision goggles at the time, and it was quite clear. I flipped them up, flipped them down, and looked at it a couple of different ways. After this bizarre retrieval, Barber was informed by his higher-ups that the enigmatic white egg was a vehicle created by NHI, short for non-human intelligence.
Maybe it was a dinosaur.
Could have been. He encountered several other potentially extraterrestrial craft during his tenure with the USAF. He elaborated there was another object. One was the egg, the other was what I called an eight-gon. The eight-gon was essentially a flying disc with what seemed like 8 delineated sections when looking down. So that sounds more like, you know, the film and or cartoon versions of spacecraft. You know, the kind of saucer situation. His role was merely to airlift these items from the range, not the shop, to a covert USAF research site. Thus, he never saw the object from any angle other than above.
Do they have the range in America?
I don't think they do.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to explain what the range is for our non-UK listeners?
Yes, it's a shop full of random stuff.
Yeah.
Which...
True story. I'm trying to think what the American alternative would be.
Walmart?
No, because Walmart's more general. It's...
Target?
No, because Target sells clothes, and again, it's a little bit more general. It's basically like an interior-ish shop, isn't it?
Yeah, but with other things as well.
Yeah, so it does. I think they have kitchens.
Mishmash. Yeah.
Anyway,
people love to go there. That and B&M, which is.
Similar. I love B&M. B&M's amazing.
B&M's more food.
Food.
Well, it depends which.
All sorts of things.
Yeah.
Stuff you don't need.
B&M is the range.
In ADHD form. Yeah. So while Barber lacks solid details on the Air Force's activities with these finds, he observed what are described as transmedium vessels capable of travelling through both air and seemingly solid matter, which is crazy and interesting. Barber revealed that some US Air Force personnel were trained in a type of telepathy to control unidentified aircraft, stating, in the programme, there was certainly a desire to explore the idea that perhaps UAP could be summoned, could be communicated with, could be controlled, and could be persuaded to land, all by deploying people with psionic abilities to interface and communicate with the UAP, he alleged. He also shared his personal encounters with these phenomena, including a profound experience. I felt like something connected with me, Barber recounted. I felt like something had tuned in to me and my soul and was providing me some sense of guidance on what to do and how profound what I was doing was. It was so overwhelming that I began to cry. Moreover, Barber expressed his fear for his safety after witnessing the lengths Pentagon officials would go to keep their extraterrestrial contacts secret. Consequently, he has sought protection by meeting with US Senator Marco Rubio and Donald Trump, apparently.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, but that's just how it was in the article. Meanwhile, footage in the News Nation special has sparked debate, with some viewers dismissing the egg-shaped object as merely an egg and calling the video a hoax. So it sounds like someone else agrees that it could possibly be a large chicken.
Yeah.
Or a dinosaur.
Or a dinosaur. Well, chickens are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So don't give me that look. They're dinosaurs.
With Donald Trump pledging to reveal the truth about other enduring conspiracy theories, such as the 1963 Kennedy assassination,
Ooh.
the reality of Barbara's experiences could soon be unveiled. That will be, I keep saying interesting, that will be fascinating to see what comes out if he is saying he's going to kind of release secrets and files. But to be fair, they have already started doing that. So I don't know why they're doing it for some and not for others. Maybe it's a case of let them have a little bit because they know something's going on, but don't let them have everything.
That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, it's just going to be
mass panic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what we're surmising.
See, I told you. Oh, they're descended from dinosaurs. Sorry, chickens are descended.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever knowingly seen any unidentified anomalous phenomena. Any UAPs that I can think of. But to be fair, I'm never looking out for them. I'm usually looking out for ghosts.
Yeah. No, I've not seen anything. Have you, Mark? No.
And you would have thought, round here being the Fens, if you were going to see
all the
anything,
fields.
Mind you, saying that there's a lot of military bases in the surrounding areas, so either that would mean they might be visiting or they might stay away. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, there'd be large enough fields for a good crop circle.
Yeah. Are crop circles even still happening? I remember, I don't even know when that...
They never did happen.
No. Well, they did. People or somebody was making crop circles and it became this big thing. Was that in the 90s?
Oh, no, that went on for years, crop circles.
Yeah, but I don't know if it started in the 90s.
No, it would have been earlier than that, surely.
Gibbs is going to find out. But yeah, I wonder if people are still doing that. But I remember that really vividly being on the news. Thousands of years, apparently. Recent 2011.
Recent popularity.
No, there was a spate of them.
Yeah.
Earlier on. Maybe it was 2011 because alarmingly that was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
It probably was then.
That's 14 years ago.
Interesting. It's very clever. However they did make the crop circles, whoever did it, it's very good.
It looked very pretty.
I would have got fed up after about 5 minutes.
The symmetry was amazing.
It really was.
Hats off to ye.
Yeah. So I've now got a story which, I mean, it's kind of sort of connected to cars because horses are our old cars.
But also horsepower.
Horsepower, exactly. So next up, this story is also from the Express Online. They actually had quite a few good stories. From the 17th of January. Man slapped with a £197 fine for breaking 153-year-old Victorian law. So we're moving from UAPs back in time to Victorian laws.
I'm excited for this.
Except this happened recently. Stuart Evans, 33, was found heavily intoxicated with the gelding, which is a male horse who's had his
knackers off,
taken off, outside a pub after an onlooker complained he was using his horse and cart at dusk without lights or reflective gear. So the horse had a cart as well. So, it's very relevant, actually. Officers told Warrington Magistrates Court how Evans became argumentative and refused to give his name and address when confronted outside the halfway house in Runcorn, Cheshire on Boxing Day last year. GPs heard he was slurring his words and unsteady on his feet after drinking heavily all afternoon at the pub that was historically a resting stop for horse and carriage riders.
Yeah.
So really, he was just keeping it real.
But I'm wondering if there is a law now to say that you cannot operate a horse and cart whilst under influence. Like if you're drunk riding a bicyclette, for example, you get in trouble for that. You get fined, don't you?
There we go. Evans was charged under the rarely used Section 12 of the Licensing Act for being drunk in charge of a horse. An offence that once landed perpetrators a 40 shilling fine or a month's hard labour if they failed to pay up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Much of the ancient and archaic law has since been repealed, with the maximum fine now being £200, but culprits can still be prosecuted for being drunk in charge of cattle, a steam engine, and a bicycle. So it still very much exists.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, yes, because you can still do a lot of damage.
Especially with a blooming bicycle.
Yeah. And look at horses. You spook a horse, that kicks you in the face or in the head.
There's more bikes around than horses, though.
I mean, I lived in Newmarket.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So in that case, no, there were more horses than bikes. Absolutely. So this week, labourer Evans of Runcorn admitted the offence, explaining what was said is sufficiently accurate and I may as well go guilty as I don't have much of a choice. I have no representation or anything. I want to get this dealt with and sorted out. I am between labouring little bits and pieces. I am trying to get my photo identification to claim benefits.
I mean, you would just pay the £200, wouldn't you? It wouldn't probably it would cost you more to go to court.
Yeah. The court heard the duty solicitor had viewed the charge sheet and said he did not need representation.
Mark, then how can you keep a horse if you have no money?
I mean, we don't know it was his horse.
Yeah.
It might not have been owned by him specifically.
And it's not just rich people that own horses either.
No. Who knows? Prosecutor Louise Dempster had explained that on December 26th in 2024, police were called by a member of the public complaining that horse and carriage with no lights or reflector strips and with no care or attention to other road users was travelling up and down the road. So she added, when police arrived, the horse and carriage was at the side of the halfway house. A PC Moran approached the horse and the defendant, who was near the horse and carriage. He admitted being in charge of the horse. He was said to be argumentative and would not provide his details. He admitted to having had alcohol to the police. He was slurring his words and unsteady on his feet. Police suspected that he was intoxicated, therefore he was arrested for being drunk in charge of a horse. So,
sorry.
I mean, I don't know if that happens anywhere else in the world, but I do feel like that's a very British thing. Because we do like our alcohol in this country.
Yeah, and I reckon in America you'd just be called a cowboy.
Yeah, you probably would just be called a cowboy. Yeah.
Why are cowboys allowed to drive their horses drunk?
I don't know. I wonder if there's a similar law in America.
Interesting.
Goober's going to have a look.
I think you need to.
And if not...
But they've got some weird laws over there, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, obviously ours are a lot older.
Yeah. Apparently you can't.
No.
Operate, but...
It is illegal in most states in the US as well.
Oh, okay.
Is considered reckless behaviour and could result in charges depending on local laws.
And it's still known as DUI or DWI.
Love that. Amazing. So yeah, that's drunk in charge of horse reg. What do you think about that? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I've been drunk in charge of a dog a few times, but not a horse. Right.
To be fair, at that point, you're probably just crying and cuddling him.
Yeah. And he's like, get off, Mum. He is my son.
Yeah.
I love him.
Fur child, fur baby.
Now, a few of the other speaker chats we've had, I have talked about bizarre American 911 calls. So I made it my mission to find some bizarre 999 calls from the UK.
Okay.
There were lots. So
someone's driving my horse drunk.
Yeah, exactly. These are from literally all over. So there's some from Wales, some from West Yorkshire. I listened to some of them because they actually have they've published the recordings of them, and
I bet it's even funnier when there's an accent involved.
Yeah, absolutely. But just to reiterate that this is a serious issue. Before we start laughing at these silly people. So I'd like to remind people only to call 999 if someone is seriously ill or injured and it's a life or death situation.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So one guy called 999 because he'd eaten too much kebab. I mean, that's a fate that could befall many people in this country because drunkards do like a kebab.
To be fair, I do know someone who had to call an ambulance because he thought he was having a heart attack, and it turns out it was
indigestion.
Yeah.
That's been
that's quite a common thing.
Yeah, that's been mistaken for that a few times.
Yeah.
But no, this guy had just eaten too much kebab and his tummy hurt.
God.
So he called the emergency services.
To be fair, the amount of people that will go to A&E because they've got a tickly cough.
I mean,
working in a hospital, I've seen this.
Get it together, people.
Honestly,
come on.
Some
now.
of the reasons that people have gone into A&E are just like, you're the problem with the NHS.
It's bonkers because literally the hospital would be my last resort. It really would be.
Well, infections rife.
Yeah. Also, I don't really like people. I especially don't like germy people.
Yeah. But it's just, it no wonder the NHS has become a bit of a laughingstock. It's because people have made it that way.
Yeah. But saying that, that there's loads of accounts of people doing the same to 911 because obviously it's free for them to call the number.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Obviously they have to pay when the service is stuck.
Yeah.
But
it's just the fact these people turn up to A&E for not an accident or an emergency.
Yeah. They should be vetted on the outside before they're actually allowed in.
Honestly, I agree. I do agree.
Then we've got someone called emergency services because they got their hand stuck in a letterbox.
That would be the fire service, wouldn't it?
I think that because some of these were, they'd called the ambulance, they'd called police. I think this was I'm pretty sure this guy actually had called for ambulance services.
Okay.
About his hand being stuck in a letterbox.
I mean, did they try butter?
I have no idea. I don't know her. So I don't even know if he got it out or not, or whether he's just walking around with a letterbox
a really
on his arm.
oddly shaped bangle.
Exactly. Yeah. Starting a trend. Another man thought he'd swallowed his false teeth because he couldn't find them. So
You'd know if you swallowed your false teeth.
He rang up. He was like, the bottom set of my dentures have gone. I could have swallowed them.
Unless he has something like Alzheimer's dementia, something like that.
Could have been. Didn't say. So there's that possibility. A woman called once to complain that she'd actually received the wrong order from the chip shop.
Oh, shut up.
She'd been sent 3 Savoyard chips instead of 1. So she rang 999 to tell them that. Fact.
I hope she got charged with wasting time.
They really should do. They should fine these people and go and literally slap them with a fine.
Yeah.
And be like, you're a moron.
I mean, that's one way of getting some money.
Yeah.
Do it, yeah. Moron tax.
Moron tax. Honestly, if they could bring in a moron tax. It's like Eddie says in our van, tax the stupid people.
Yeah.
And other callers,
I like moron tax.
and this is callers, plural, complained about no sound on their television. I mean, what? There can't be a lot going on in their heads.
On what planet is that okay?
Thing for them to think of is, the sound's gone on my TV. I must ring the emergency services. That's not an emergency, sir.
Yeah, well, for some people, they would probably think it was, the people that's all they do all day.
I mean, another caller reported that she needed help quietening down the foxes outside because they're making too much noise. And
I am not proud of this species.
Again,
at all.
As I think we said in quite a few of our last episodes, we're not going to survive as a race.
We can't.
The human race isn't going to survive. If this is what we're dealing with on a regular basis, nah.
You got inflamed.
I mean,
I don't. It's comical because of the stupidity, but it makes me so angry because that level of stupidity.
Yeah,
just think.
I know
common sense isn't all that common, but sure to God, you know.
But also, is there nobody else in the vicinity going, don't call 999 for that?
Yeah.
You eat it. That's not what the service is for. Or are they a collection of stupid people? Clearly
It
not.
must be. They must run in a family or something.
Someone called to report that they didn't have change for parking and that the staff in the car park were trying to kidnap them because they wouldn't let them out of the barrier because they had no change for parking. So they rang emergency services and told them they didn't have change and that the staff were trying to kidnap them for not paying it.
You'd be a bit what would you do in that situation? I'm not saying yes to call the emergency services, but if you can't get out to go and get some money...
I don't know. I mean, I guess that you'd have to leave them with your details and then come back and pay it.
Yeah, go to the bank, get some money, get it changed up somewhere in a shop. Just you'll have to pay a bit extra.
Yeah, I don't know. No,
I'm not saying call the 999. That's absolutely not what you should do.
Not. But just think of a solution yourself, between yourself and the people you're having the situation with.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Mm-hmm. Something can be figured out.
Absolutely.
A caller reported that a seagull tried to steal their sandwich. I mean, I've seen seagulls in Brighton and they are fierce. I saw a seagull once fly off with an entire burger.
Baby.
not quite a baby, maybe. But a full burger from the plate of the... it was in the pub garden.
I mean, I'd be upset.
I'd be really upset, and also I wouldn't want to take on the seagulls. But I wouldn't call 999 about it.
They're gangsters.
They are, especially the ones in Brighton.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're like a different breed.
Like the mafia.
Yeah, they're like all wearing a string vest. They drink Stella in their spare time, and they're probably smoking a Lambert Butler.
They would literally attack you if you tried to stop them, I think.
Yeah, just give them a sandwich.
Yeah.
Or keep a better eye on your sandwich. Where was your sandwich? I wonder if they were holding it.
Maybe. Well, this is the thing, because they're so
brazen.
Yeah, like maybe they were on the way to putting the sandwich in the mouth. Oh yeah, and then the seagull just swooped. Maybe.
I'd like to see the security footage of it.
Yeah.
There probably would be some. Another another caller rang 999 to report they had a paper cut.
You're not going to bleed to death. You're fine.
Yeah, and another.
I mean, I know they hurt, but
they do hurt, but it's yeah, they do really hurt.
Yeah, but that is
clearly not life threatening. No. Another caller. Someone called about having a mouldy tomato in the sandwich they'd eaten, which had been given to them by their neighbour. They called.
Do they think the neighbour was trying to poison them?
I think that...
Is it the woman with the mac and cheese?
Different people. Different people. One bloke called 999 because Facebook wasn't working on his computer. I'm literally, the more I read it, there are so many, and some of them are actually kind of more annoying than this. That's why I didn't include more, because I was just like, I'm going to just...
It's scary.
Pull my hair out and run down the road. Because this is just... We aren't going to survive as a species. And then the last one I've got is a woman called to report that this is, a quote, a giant mother rat behind the wardrobe. So she rang the emergency services for that.
Keep it as a pet.
Yeah, I'd be like, leave it alone. You know.
Or perhaps clean behind there so the rats don't get in there.
Yeah, what makes
fill in holes.
Think that the police, the fire brigade, or the ambulance service are going to help you with
One, it would be like pest control, animal control, whatever our version is.
That's not an emergency, lady.
No. And second of all, it's her fault, probably. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's eye-opening, but it's not.
No, exactly. I think the American ones probably we find funnier because this feels slightly disconnected because they're like,
and it's things like animals,
and things.
Yeah.
And then it's when it's ones from like this country, you're just like, oh.
Because well, I don't know if you see it more on a personal level because they're British, and you're like, oh God, we're one of them.
We're possibly related back in the day. God. Yeah. So I mean,
no.
That's all I've got for Spooky Chat today. But I thought they were sort of 3 quite good stories. And then I did say I'd try and find some 999 calls, which in the end actually made us angry.
I am livid. Savage.
Reg is curled up with you. He looks so cute. Reggie is my son. I love him so much. Hi, buddy. Yes,
Right, shall we?
that's it for Spooky Chat today. So what we're going to try doing, get in the pocket, get in the bin, and random facts just on Spooky Chats from now on.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I've run out of things to say. I'm not that interesting.
I mean, you are, but I think it's good to keep it to Spooky Chats because it's a chat.
It's the fun part.
Yeah, so, I mean, do you want me to start off?
Yes, please. You and Goobs first.
I'm going to put in the bin, I've probably done this before actually, just being an adult.
No.
I hate it.
Too much responsibility.
I never signed up for this much responsibility. And if
I'd
I
like
did,
a refund.
I want to see the evidence, I want a
Where's
refund,
the contract?
and I want therapy.
Yeah.
Because
free therapy.
I'm not here for it. Yeah. Get in my pocket is the fact that I'm reading a book about Reiki, which I'm excited about. And my random fact is that I love Marmite.
Ew.
Have you got any?
You do Goobs first.
Okay, he hasn't finished typing his.
In which
So get in the bin for Goobs is small food portions.
Yeah.
He was at a 2-day training event this week, and the lunch servings were pitiful. Were they?
Oh, you didn't tell me that. You just said it was nice.
I would have said something.
But to be honest, they were probably normal people portions. We do not eat normal people portions. You know that. Like, when I cook, we tend to do like prep and we batch cook and things like that. So, and then we'll put them in pots and be like, oh, that doesn't look enough. And we're like, that's probably what a normal person should eat. Yeah, the majority of the population is overweight, yeah. Oh, well. So,
Goobs get in his pocket is... Are you still trying to think of one? Oh, our new merch. Amazing.
It is comfortable.
It did arrive. And the only reason I'm not wearing my T-shirt is because I'm doing a case which is connected to this T-shirt. So that's
specifically that T-shirt?
Yeah.
Like, personally?
Yeah. Yes.
That T-shirt was involved in your case? That specific T-shirt?
What's written on my
T-shirt?
T-shirt.
Right. So not the actual T-shirt.
No, my T-shirt wasn't... No,
no, that's why I was getting confused.
But you can see that there's a word on it, right? Okay.
I just thought you meant that T-shirt.
Did you not think this was a more obvious thing to be involved in a case rather than this jersey fabric that's on myself?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. And Goobs also wore his for a music video yesterday, which thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. And his random fact is that he didn't like fizzy drinks until he was in his late teens. I didn't like fizzy drinks when I was younger either.
I was pretty much the same. I very rarely had them.
Yeah, I don't think my parents didn't let me have them. Were you not allowed them? Or
we always had squash.
Yeah. So Goobs was allowed them, but he just didn't like the fizz. Yeah, I get that. Same. In your ear. Yeah.
It's like full fat Coke is too sweet.
I like Coke Zero. So do you have anything to say?
Oh.
Bin pocket facts.
Get in the bin. Racism. That's because that's related to my next case.
Okay.
And also the fact I don't like racism.
Okay.
Yeah. Get in my pocket is are memes.
Yeah.
I communicate mainly through meme.
I love that.
And that's how you know I'm still alive. Because I'm not very good at keeping up communication. I am terrible with it. I mean, that is it's not a random fact. It is a fact. But yeah, I'm terrible at keeping up communication. So if I send you a meme, all is well. And my random fact is that actually, I hate public speaking. As in, like, when you have to... I'm not very good at thinking on my feet. I'm not... So even though I enjoyed doing, like, theatre studies and drama and things like that, if I had a script to work from, I'm absolutely fine. As soon as I have to improv, no. Okay. I get very, very nervous. I will shake. I will sweat. And it's very obvious. I will talk too quickly. So if any listeners have heard any of that, yep, that's probably because I'm nervous.
Okay.
Even though I'm reading from
Notes.
but you do have to kind of like ad-lib.
And we're not public. We're not the public.
No, but still, this is not my natural environment.
Okay. That's fair enough. So thank you very much to Mark from Park Lane Studios, who does all our sound, vision, lighting. He makes us sound very professional when our content is not so much. And if you want to find us on Linktree, we're Linktree/Cars Macabre, and on there you can email us. You can find Instagram, YouTube, all of our listening platforms, and our merchandise site as well. And when they listen to us, what should they do, Ali?
Like, subscribe, comment, download, share.
All the things.
All of those things. Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Well, thank you for joining us for this spooky chat. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, stay spooky, bitches.